Yeah, gotta get it out the mud, that's the only way to win. Who am I to point the finger like I never ever seen? Been through the ups and downs like the letter N. They don't let you through the door, better kick it again. Cause that's the only way to win. That's the only way to go. Gotta get it out the mud, gotta get it out the flow. Cause that's the only way to go. Let's go.
Shooting lights out.
Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing today? It is Monday, July 8th, 2024. I am here. I am in the building. The Playmaker is here to talk some basketball, mainly WNBA, who, if you've seen the title of the show, they had an incredible weekend this weekend. So thank y'all for tuning in if you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on X, or on LinkedIn. Thank you for tuning in. But those of you who are watching on Facebook, LinkedIn, and X, go over to the Playmakers Blog YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, and get involved into the chat with everybody else. So I already got somebody in the chat. My boy Victor Locke is in the chat. He says, shout out to the hardest working super hacker of all, broadcast witness protection coordinator Playmaker. That's an inside joke that I am not going to get into. Maybe some other time I'll probably get into it, but not in today's episode because I got a lot more other things to deal with today. So thank y'all for tuning in, and I really appreciate the support. It's been very grateful to have support like I do. So we're gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna do what we do and talk some basketball. And those of you who are new to the show, I got to give you news and notes from around the game of basketball and around the hardwood. And to begin around the hardwood, first I got to apologize because I somehow didn't see this last week. Big East signed 6-year TV deal with Fox, NBC, and TNT. This was back on June 27. I didn't see this. That is a mess up on my part. I do apologize because I should have been on top of this. So it says here on the ESPN website, the Big East will expand to having games on 3 networks and see a significant increase in revenue under a new 6-year media rights deal announced Thursday. Fox Sports will remain as the conference lead network under the new agreement, which will begin in the 2025-2026 season, while NBC and TNT will carry Big East games for the first time. The conference 12-year deal with Fox and CBS expires at the end of the upcoming 2024-2025 season, an average of $41.6 million per year. With the revenue increase, the Big East should be able to be better financially footing with the Power Four conferences, especially since it doesn't have football, which Big East never does. And if it did, I don't think most people would care. All right. So shout out to them. They got a new TV deal coming up after the end of this upcoming season. The new TV deal will begin next season. So shout out to the Big East. They making moves in the basketball world. Sorry that I missed that. I shouldn't have, but I did. But nevertheless, we're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it rolling. Next on the docket here, Caleb Williams. Not Caleb Williams. Caleb Martin. Sorry. Thinking football. He's left South Beach. And he's went to the city of brotherly love. Caleb Love. Now, I don't know why Miami let him go, but they did. And if my memory serves me correctly, I need to go. Let me go find his deal. I believe it's a 4-year deal. And this ain't no regular 1-2 year deal. I believe, if I remember correctly, he got a 4-year deal. About $70 million. Let me make sure. Let me go check. Because I know I got it. I just didn't put it up. That's on me. But let me go make sure my numbers are right when it comes to Mr. Caleb Martin. All right. Where we at here? Caleb Martin, 4-year, is a 4-year deal around. It's going to be over $32 million. And he's going to be slated as a starter because they just did trade, Buddy Hield to the Golden State Warriors, which that was surprising as well. And But things happen. Free agency, crazy stuff happens. It's a lot of changes going on in the league. One change that's not happening, Miles Bridges is returning to the Charlotte Hornets on a 3-year, $75 million deal, which keeps him lockstep in Charlotte with the Hornets. So good for him for getting his deal done. Buddy here was traded to the Golden State Warriors on July 4th. To the Golden State Warriors, while the 76ers got a 2031 second round draft pick. So they got Willie Buddy here. They bring in Caleb Martin. So we should see how that goes for the people in attendance on that one. Not a bad deal. And Philly continues to, make things happen. They got Paul George. They end up getting Caleb Martin now. They building something. They got Eric Gordon too, if I remember that. But Charlotte Hornets, they still trying to build. The Nuggets, they had another big man, a stretch man at that. Darwin Saric agreed to a 2-year, $10.6 million deal to join the Denver Nuggets. That gives some help to Nikola Jokic. Get him somebody to, help beat him load in the post. Because if you haven't paid attention, Saric used to play for the Phoenix Suns. Nice guy. He can rebound inside. He can go out and shoot the three-pointer. So, nice backup for Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets to make sure that you keep the game plan where it is when you have Jokic off the court, So, that's a good move by them. Keeping it around the hardwood. Here's the big news of the weekend. DeMar DeRozan going to the Sacramento Kings on a 3-year, $74 million deal. Chris Durant is going to Chicago along with 2 second-round draft picks and some cash. That's what Chicago's getting. The San Antonio Spurs is part of this 3-team trade, and the Spurs are getting for Harrison Barnes from the Sacramento Kings, and obviously the Kings land DeMar DeRozan, and they gave him a 3-year, $74 million deal. So now you have DeMar DeRozan teaming up with De'Aaron Fox, who was the deciding factor in this. Okay. It was reported that De'Aaron Fox played a major role in getting DeMar DeRozan to the Sacramento Kings, even though it was talks about DeMar DeRozan landing with the Los Angeles Lakers. And the whole thing started when Kendrick Lamar was saying that DeMar DeRozan was coming back home to Cali. Well, he ain't in LA. He's in Sacramento. So scratch another one off the list of Laker failures. So the Los Angeles Lakers came in here and they said they wanted Paul George. Didn't come close. They wanted Klay Thompson. He's ended up in Philly. He's ended up in Dallas. Paul George ends in Philly. Klay Thompson ends up in Dallas. DeMar DeRozan just ended with Sacramento. They had interest in Donovan Mitchell, who re-signed with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Outside of getting the Steelers drop and don't connect, and obviously drafting Bronny James at the 55th spot, have the Lakers done anything that makes them better? Because they are striking out. If you're a Lakers fan, then you should not be thrilled that the Los Angeles Lakers are striking out. They can't get nobody. They just can't get anybody. And speaking of the Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron James, it was first reported he was going to get a 2-year, $104 million deal. Now this turned to a 2-year, $101.3 million deal, giving the Lakers back $2.7 million to help, make some more moves, which has not been working at all, as I just said previously. Who's next on the list for the Lakers? Who's actually available? Because I think DeMar DeRozan was your last option to get the Lakers back to being a title contender, and that didn't go through. So you missed out on a lot. I remember the year that Kyrie was a free agent, they wanted Kyrie. Kyrie chose Dallas. So Kyrie went to Dallas. Paul George went to Philly. Klay Thompson went to Dallas. Now DeMar DeRozan is going to Sacramento. Who's left out there for the Lakers? I just want to know. How can the Lakers get back to being a prominent team and not be taken as a joke because they can't get nobody? Even LeBron to say, hey, y'all can take 2.7 million out of the original deal that we was gonna do so we can get somebody else, and they still can't land anybody. So as of right now, I'm looking at D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, LeBron James, Anthony Davis as your most likely starters. I don't know if Gabe Vincent signed back yet. I don't think Spencer Dinwiddie has signed back yet. Now you have Dalton Connect, who I still believe is still a draft. Bronny James, Christian Wood he did resign with Max Christie did resign with the Lakers. But who are they gonna beat? What this roster gonna beat in the playoffs? Minnesota is coming back healthy. Denver is coming back stronger. Okay. OKC is going to get better. They were the youngest team in the damn playoffs, and they was the number one seed in the West. They gonna damn sure get better. All right, that's 3 teams right there. Dallas gonna get better. It's gonna take a while to incorporate Klay Thompson along with Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, but Jason Kidd will figure it out. That's 4 right there. Clippers is a question mark now that Paul George is no longer there, but you do keep Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook. So we'll see if that can work out for the Clippers, and they go into their new building. That's 5. Golden State, we'll see with the loss of Klay Thompson what the Golden State Warriors look like with just Steph Curry and Draymond Green being the leaders of the team. That's 6. Memphis, if they're healthy, I'm looking forward to see what Memphis look like if they're healthy. I mean, bruh. John Morant back healthy. Hopefully Brandon Clark and Steven Adams are healthy, along with Desmond Bain. You still got Marcus Smart, and then you drafted Zach Edey. Man, I'm just saying, Lakers don't look so good in this offseason. But it's the offseason still. Okay? It's the offseason. So I will stop right here on the Lakers rant because it's still the offseason. We'll see when October gets here what they look like. Then we'll progress through the season and see how the Lakers look like. But I know there's a lot of Lakers fans right now. They are not happy about what they seen from the Los Angeles Lakers this offseason. I just know it. I just know. All right. Moving on. Shout out and congratulations to Giannis Antetokounmpo as he has led Greece to the Olympics. It is the first time since, I believe, 2008 since Greece has made an appearance in the Olympics, which makes Giannis Antetokounmpo his first ever Olympic trip. So he's going to Paris to be in the Olympics. If I remember correct, I think they are in Group A. I could be wrong, could be Group B. But, when we get closer to Olympic time, I'll get all that sorted out and stuff. But congratulations to Giannis Antetokounmpo in Greece. They are going to the Olympics. They will be in Paris in 3 weeks' time, fighting for basketball royalty in the world. All right. And speaking of Olympic news, before I get to Olympic news, Bronny James did miss the Lakers' last game with knee soreness. Lakers said, and JJ Redick them said it's more of a precautionary thing than anything significant. We'll see how that goes. This summer league, some league really doesn't say a lot about players, newly drafted players and all that. But if Bronny James can come out unscathed, and when we get to the season, we'll see how he looks if they don't send him down to the G League. So, and Rich Paul did clarify he doesn't mind Bronny James getting sent to the G League. He just wanted to make sure that he wasn't getting a 2-way contract, that he has an actual contract with the Los Angeles Lakers, and that when they are ready to bring him up, they will. So Bronny James could be going to the G League. It could be a year, could be 2 years before we actually see Bronny James on the court. And then by that time, when we see him on the court with LeBron James on his own 2 years. So we shall see. And then I do believe in 2 years, the younger son of the James family, I think he'll be up there ready to come to the NBA. And I think they say he's better than Bronny. So should be interesting for the next 2 years. Now let's get to Olympics. Kevin Durant is day-to-day with a sore calf. It's a precautionary thing, same as Bernie James from what Steve Kerr said when it comes to the Olympics. As Team USA is down in Las Vegas preparing to get connected together, get cohesiveness, get the continuity together as they try to go for their 5th consecutive gold medal in the Olympics. And I'm going to talk more about Team USA close to the end of the show, because this is the week where they start preparing and start having some exhibition games. That's at the end of the show, though. We're going to leave it right there for right now. And finally, the Natasha of the Minnesota Lynx has plantar fasciitis in her foot. She injured it last week. I believe it was against the Kinetic Sun. When the Suns went to Minnesota, got the big, much needed win for them. She missed their last game with Minnesota. Really didn't need her. They planned to watch them, and they handled business the way they did. But with plantar fasciitis, that makes things a little interesting here. Will she be ready for the Olympics? And probably the silver lining in this one, if there's a good thing to take out of her injury, is that her coach, the coach of Team USA's women's team, is her coach, which is Reese of the Minnesota Lynx. So she will be definitely monitoring this closely to making sure that her star player, Natasha, is ready to go for the Olympics later this month. And that will do it for Around the Hardwood, ladies and gentlemen. All right, when we come back, we're going to dive into a weekend that was historic and a weekend that was full of highs in the WNBA, led by 2 rookies, should I say, and another one who is a MVP frontrunner, and they're not even close. We'll be back.
The largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant. Weather. Devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States. Inspiration. A breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Into the Net FC. Kylian Mbappe just all of a sudden finally understood his role, and I think he finally understood that everything Kylian Mbappe has accomplished already, there is still a hell of a lot waiting for him in the future. Kylian Mbappe is only 24 years old. He has accomplished so much, and you know what? Kylian Mbappe has not even reached his prime. Finally seeing, the Marcus Rashford we have been hoping for such a long time, But, this game, after everything Manchester United has been, doing lately, this was actually the ultimate test, to see if Manchester United, honestly was all of a sudden for real. I explained this. The United States, maybe they have to suffer this loss as a lesson to learn to prepare for the future. Because 4 years from now, the World Cup is in not 1, not 2, but 3 countries. The United States of America, Canada, and Mexico. Into the Net FC is available on all streaming platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and YouTube.
Shop hats and official sports gear at Liz. Liz is the leader and #1 destination for hats, gears, and everything that moves you, making it the perfect shop for fans to find official sports hats, merchandise, and gear. Represent your team, your town, and your style with a snapback adjustable fitted hat or beanie from thousands of college and pro teams. Browse the very latest sports jerseys and t-shirts from the best teams out there. Liz has officially licensed professional and college sport team apparel and hats featuring the hottest brands and trends. Shop online or visit one of the 100 stores across the country. Locker Rooms by Liz.
Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets. Poppy J.
You got the option to cry for the government. You got the option to protest. You got the option to keep buying, but this is also an option.
Wise El Jefe.
We're the first tech geeks. We're the first gamers. We're the first everything. Everything. Like Gen X's, we are the ones.
BS3 Network proudly presents the crew from the New York boroughs who never wants that smoke. Nah, they want that fire. Poppy J and Wise El Jefe. Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Shooting the Lights Out here on this Monday, July 8th, 2024. Before I get into the WNBA, first let me say that Shooting Lights Out is sponsored by Fanatics, Paramount Plus, and Lids. Those of you who are football fans, or in this country we call it soccer fans, as the Copa America and Euro Leagues are in their quarterfinals starting today and tomorrow. Go ahead, rep your country, rep your team, whatever the case may be, your favorite player with Fanatics or Lids, you know. And those of you who are Major League Baseball, they are getting ready for the Mixed Summer Classic that is coming up next week. You know, a week from today is the Homeworm Derby, and then tomorrow is the MLB All-Star Game. Get your hat, get your All-Star hats and jerseys with Liz right now, and Liz are doing a free U.S. shipping on orders over $24. So go ahead, hit the link right now, take advantage of that deal, and then I'll be giving out some more information as we get closer to the Olympic time for those who want to get their Olympic gear and rep Team USA for the 2024 Paris Olympics. So do that, get your stuff together and all that good stuff. And those who are looking to watch some things like football or / soccer, you can watch it with Paramount Plus. You get a free trial if you click our link today. It's a free 1-week trial, and you can get all the entertainment that you want, because it's about mountains of entertainment when it comes to Paramount Plus. All right, now WNBA. You know we got to do it because they had a weekend. It was a crazy, historic weekend in the W, and it was an amazing thing to watch. It's an amazing thing to see stuff like this happen. So let's begin it on Friday, ladies and gentlemen. The Atlanta Dream was in the city of Dallas to take on the Dallas Wings. Very close, tight-knit game. And the Dallas Wings got them their 5th win of the season, 85. They 2-win. Atlanta is on a losing streak. I believe that's their 3rd. Could be their 4th straight loss in a row. And nothing is not working for the Dream up there. Cool McCain. I know he's sick right now. Hopefully he will be well as we get ready for Months of Wrestling later on today. But his Dream ain't doing well. He ain't doing well. It's like a coronation coming about here for the Wings. All 5 starters scored in double figures, led by Arike Agumawale with 19 points. You know, McCloud gave you 16. You got Sims with 14. Sheldon gave you 17, and you got 10 from Natasha Howard. So that's a good thing to do. Alicia Gray scoring 19, 7, and 8. Just wasn't enough. Coffee is struggling. She only gave you 7. Dream are struggling right now. I don't know what it is. I know they don't have Ryan Howard, so that's at least another 17 to 20 points off that's off the court, and we don't know when she's coming back, and still no word if she would be ready for the 3-on-3 women's Olympic Games. So we still got to look forward to them. So we have not only Ryan Howard to think about, but Fisher Curry to worry about too, and we already know the unfortunate news that happened earlier last month with Cameron Brink, the rookie star for the Los Angeles Sparks, out with a torn ACL. So we already know that. But shout out to the Wings getting a big time dub. Speaking of the LA Sparks, they pulled off the upset in overtime over to the reigning defending back-to-back champions of Vegas Aces, 98-93. Didn't see that coming. Outscored the Aces in the fourth, and the Aces came back in the fourth. Outscored them by 10 and sent it to overtime. But the LA Sparks took it over in overtime, 14-9, and bad loss for the Sparks. The Ricky Hamby showing up, 28 points, 14 boards, going against the runaway MVP of the WNBA, Aja Wilson, who had 35 and 12. You got 21 for Kelsey Plum, and then McDonough came back with 23. But Keita Jackson had a pretty solid game. She didn't shoot well, only 5 of 17, but she did give you 14 points with 6 boards. So she wasn't that ineffective. She made some things happen. Jackie Young with 18 and 7 boards. Just a bad loss for the champs. We got to call it how we see it. Bad loss for the champs. All right. Continuing on Friday, we had the first of 2 meetings up in Seattle between the Chicago Sky and the Seattle Storm, with the Sky taking the first one on Friday night, 88-84. And with that being said, another double-double for Angel Reese, and this time she just didn't get a double-double. She put on a show in Seattle. 27 points, 10 boards. She had a career-high 27 points. I believe Nneka Ogwumike looked at injuries like, okay, she playing. She's really about it. And she hit both her threes too. 27 points, a career high for her. And she gave her 12 straight double-double, which tied Candace Parker's record. Those of you who don't know, Candace Parker's record was over 2 seasons. So she finished 1 year on the street, and then she continued it in the following season. It was 12 altogether in the span of 2 seasons. Angel Reese has done it in 1 full season in her rookie year. That's how good this has been. Kennedy Carter can't leave her out. She dropped leading 33 points in the Pacific Northwest. The gold mama Julie Lloyd struggled for 5 for 14 from the field, only 13 points. Not good. Hostess gave you 20. She tried. It was not a good day for the Seattle Storm at home. Shout out to the Chicago Sky. They got it done. That was Friday. Let's go to Saturday. New York Liberty at the Indiana Fever. Washington misses at the Minnesota Lynx. And so I'm just going to say I think I pulled a cool McCain on last episode. Because when I talked about the Indiana Fever, I talked about them. They took their loss. Who did they lose to? I'm trying to remember who did they lose to. I think they lost to the champs. They lost in Vegas. All right. And I was saying that there's no way, if we're doing this correctly, if I'm the Indiana Fever, that Kelsey Mitchell should be taking more shots than Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark. In that game, she took 20 shots. Caitlin took like 17. Aaliyah had like 14. And they took an L. They took a big L to the defending champs, which is not a shame to do, but that's what I said the last time I talked about the Indiana Fever. Well, the very next game was against my New York Liberty, and we took an L to the Indiana Fever. The team that has destroyed the Indiana Fever 2 out of 3 times going into this 4th and final game. I was looking forward to them to do it again, and that was not what I expected. And what I didn't expect it as well is Caitlin Clark doing something that no rookie has done in the WNBA. When I say no rookie, I mean when Sue Bird was a rookie, when Diane Taurasi was a rookie, when Brittany Griner was a rookie, when Maya Moore was a rookie, when Lisa Leslie was a rookie, Becky Hammond was a rookie. I can just keep going down the list, okay? She had a triple-double. 19, 12, and 13. And guess what? She took the most shots of the team. She took 17 shots. She only hit 7 of them, but she took the most shots. Kelsey Mitchell only took 14, 3 less than her, only 2 more than Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah had 18 points. Mitchell had 14. Smith had 12, and we took an L. Why did we take an L? Well, let's see. JJ, last time I talked about JJ, the last time we lost before we lost to Indiana, is on our 4th loss. We took an L to the Minnesota Lynx for the Commissioner's Cup up in New York, and JJ wasn't involved in offense. The very next game that we played, JJ was involved in offense, and we won the game. Well, we went right back to not involving JJ in offense because she only took 5 shots, 6 points with 12 boards. Sabrina Nescu took 23 shots and hit 9 of them. I always say this: when your shot attempts are around the same or above your total points, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Stewie only gave me 14 points on 11 shots. We took an L. And Caitlin Clark achieved the first ever triple-double by a WNBA rookie. Not only did she do that, she's the first one ever in the FIBA franchise history to ever achieve the triple-double. Congratulations to Caitlin Clark. I do believe that it was no doubt that if there was anybody in the rookie class that was going to get a triple-double, it was going to be Caitlin Clark. I just hate the fact they had to come against my New York Liberty. Not only that, it came with a W as well. So not only we took an L, we took a double whammy. So because Caitlin Clark not only achieved the triple-double, she also put an L on our statistics. So us being 18-3, we are 17-4. But shout out to Caitlin Clark. She is continuously getting better by the game and continue to find ways to impact the game for her team in a positive manner. A big win at home over the New York Liberty as she achieves the first ever rookie triple-double in WNBA history and the first ever triple-double in Indiana Fever history. So congratulations to Caitlin Clark, okay? Got to give love where love is due, okay? Got to give credit where credit is due. Caitlin Clark has done it. It's finally over. She has gotten the triple-double. Scratch that off the to-do list. And then the other game on Saturday was the Washington Mystics going against the Minnesota Lynx. This is the first game without the feature Kari that we talked about earlier and around the hardwood. Minnesota handled business 74-67. 17 from McBride and Courtney Williams, which is what they are needed. You got 13 from Carlton. They handled business. There's nothing else to it. They handled business. That was Saturday, and then let's go to yesterday. We had 4 games on the docket yesterday. The Dream were in Connecticut to take on the Suns. The Wings were in Vegas to take on the Aces. The Sky and the Storm ran it back. And then the Mercury were in LA to take on the Sparks. And the losing streak of the Atlanta Dream continues as they fall 80-67 against the Connecticut Suns. And DeWanna Bama is the story in this one. As DeWanna Bama had 23 points. She went 7 from 9 from 3-point range, which is pretty much all her points because she went 7 from 11 from the field. So all 7 shots she made was all 3-pointers. That was the most she has ever made in her career. Shout out to DeWanna Bama doing her thing. And Atlanta is searching for answers at this moment in time. They just are. I believe that's like 4 straight for the Atlanta Dream as they was in like the 6th spot about 5 games ago. Now they are looking outside the playoff spot right now. I'll show you the standings in a minute. We'll get there. I'll show it to you. Next game on the docket was the Dallas Wings taking on the Las Vegas Aces. And yeah, the Aces took an L and then they came home and said, not again. That won't happen again. And the Dallas Wings just happened to be that next opponent. And yeah, they put a foot in their behind. And Asia Wilson came out with 28 points with 10 boards with another 25 and 10 double-double, which puts us second all time. I think that's behind Brittany Griner. I think Brittany Griner did 10 in one season. She has done 9 already. So she's well on her way to break that record. Kelsey Plum added 23. Jackie Young added 18, for the Wings. Sims was the leading scorer for the Wings with 25 points. Aguma Wale struggled 4 for 13 from the field, only 13 points. But this is about AJ Wilson because AJ Wilson With that 28-point performance on Sunday afternoon, she became the franchise's all-time leading scorer in history, passing Sophie Young Malcolm. She has, and Asia Wilson has scored a total of 4,301 points in her career, which has all been with the Las Vegas Aces, which passed Young Malcolm, who had 4,300 career points for that said franchise. This dates back to the San Antonio Silver Stars. Y'all don't think I know that, did y'all? Told you, I've been a fan of WNBA for a long time. I know about the San Antonio Silver Stars because Becky Hammond played for that team as well. So Becky Hammond has some history with this franchise. They just traveled from San Antonio to Las Vegas and became the Aces instead of the Stars. But shout out to Asia Wilson, very deserving, the runaway MVP. And then let's go back up to the Pacific Northwest. Round 2. Storm and Sky, round 2. 84-71. I had a feeling the Storm was going to come back with a vengeance because you got embarrassed at home on Friday night. So you had to come back Sunday afternoon and make amends, which they did, 84-71. And even though they got the win, Angel Reese came out with another double-double, 17 points and 14 boards. But I'm going to get her in a minute. Candy Carter also had 21. Marbury came out with 14. But Gold Mamba bounced back. She bounced back from a 13-point game and gave me 20. She still shot horrible, 6 for 20 from the field, 1 for 6 from 3-point range, but you got me 20. Neke Agumake. And those who don't know who Neke Agumake is, she is the sister of Cheyenne Agumake, who is the face of one of the faces of ESPN. Neka, 24 points, 13 points, and we're gonna put some respect on her name because she is I believe she's like a 10-time All-Star, if I remember correctly. She was selected to the All-Star game this year, so add another All-Star to that. She's a champion as well, and I love what she's doing. Shout out to my man D Willie Drew Willingham, Sensei Drew. How you doing? He says, "Playmaker, what it do?" Appreciate you watching, brother. Now that I got the Storm out of the way, let's talk about Angel Reese because Angel Reese has broken Candace Parker's record that spanned 2 seasons. Remember, she tied it Friday against the Storm. She broke it yesterday. 13 straight double-doubles, and she doing it in her rookie season. So congratulations to her. Now, Drew, why is you going out to Monica McNutt tonight? Why? Like, why? See, another friend of ours did that, and it didn't work out for him. Because he had other people coming for him. Why is you going out to Monica McNutt? Okay, I don't know. Don't do that. No, leave Monica McNutt alone. Okay, just leave her alone. But Angel Reese, back to Angel Reese, 13 straight doubles to begin her professional career. We not talking second, third, 10th year. Her rookie year, she's done 13 straight doubles. Caitlin Clark, her rookie year, first ever triple-double by a rookie, first ever triple-double in Indiana history. These rookies are going in and showing y'all why people were so hyped about Caitlin Clark and others were hyped about Angel Reese. It is what it is, okay? I'm going to let you have that, Drew. I'm going to let you have that one. All right. So this Rookie of the Year race is the race to watch because let's go ahead and give the MVP trophy to Asia Wilson because ain't nobody catching her. The person that was second was LaFisha Collier. She's out with injury. So let's go ahead and give Asia Wilson the MVP trophy. And we're going to just watch the Rookie of the Year race because Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, they're going to battle neck and forth for this, okay? At one point, Caitlin Clark is ahead. Then Angel Reese started this double-double streak, and then she's ahead. Now, Caitlin Clark did the triple-double, and then Angel Reese the following day breaks the double-double record. It's pulling hair right now when it comes to the Rookie of the Year race. That's all I'm going to say. It's pulling hair. You can go either way. It don't even matter. I'm sticking with Angel Reese at the moment. Remember, I said at the moment, okay? I know there's another half of basketball to go, so anything is possible. But I'm sticking with Angel Reese at the moment. And by the way, both teams are in slated for the playoffs right now. And I'm about to show y'all that in a minute, okay? I don't know what it is. You can be like, matter of fact, I got you, Drew. You can be like Monica McNutt. Monica McNutt says whoever is higher in the standings is going to get her vote. So I'm gonna show you who Monica McNutt is and who has the front runner right now. Because when she said that, somebody was in the front runner, then that just switched within the last 2 days. But I'm gonna show it to you. But first, before I get back to the rookies, let me finish this recap off with let me go to LA because the Mercury and the Sparks went at it and the Mercury bounced back and they took it to the LA Sparks 88-74 and Natasha Cloud 31. Natasha Cloud went for 31 with 9 boards and 5 dimes. Khalil Copper gave you 25 and 10 with 5 dimes as well. With Kita Jackson, she had her best game of the year. She scored 22 points. That's a career high for her in a losing effort. Darica Hamby, 25 and 9. Natasha Cloud scored a career high 31 points. Remember, I told you, see the title of the episode, right? Historic weekend for the WNBA. Look at this. Caitlin Clark recorded first ever triple-double by a rookie, and it's the first triple-double in Fever history. Angel Reese broke the consecutive record for double-doubles. She did 13, and she did, and the 12th straight double-double came with a career high of 27 points. The DeWanna Bomb of the Kinetic Sun went for a career high 7 3-pointers in a win. Asia Wilson became the all-time leading scorer for the Las Vegas Aces franchise. And then Natasha Cloud finished the weekend off with a career high 31 points. What a weekend in the WNBA. Just a magnificent weekend in the WNBA. And now, before I close this segment out and go to our next commercial break, here is the standings, ladies and gentlemen. And those who are new to the WNBA, the top 8 teams, okay, make the playoffs. So if the season ended on yesterday, New York is number 1, Connecticut number 2, Minnesota 3, Seattle 4, Las Vegas 5, Phoenix 6. Guess who is number 7? The Indiana Fever. Guess who's 8? The Chicago Sky. So if the season ended today, both Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark would be in the playoffs. Those of you who have been watching closely with this MVP race, and those of you who had the same mindset of Monica McNutt, whoever has the higher seed or makes the playoffs than the other team gets our vote. As of right now, when Monica McNutt said that it was Angel Reese, the reverse has switched. So now I have the best to believe that Caitlin Clark is now getting Monica McNutt's vote because the Fever are sitting in 7th place and the Chicago Sky sitting in 8th place. And thank you, Dre Day. Shout out to my man Dre Day, Sports Wave Dre Day podcast. Another thing to add to the historic weekend of the WNBA. Tina Charles of the Atlanta Dream is now sitting at number 3 in the all-time scoring department. It's just historic weekend for the WNBA. What can I say? Tina Charles is now 3rd all time. If she keeps going, she might be at 2nd by the end of the season. Who knows? All right. But thank you to my homie Dre for that. But this Rookie of the Year race, I don't want to know. And I'm pretty sure my man Dre has this question. Victor has this question. Drew has this question. And probably anybody else. We want to know who's going to be voting for the Rookie of the Year. Who are the people that gets to vote for this Rookie of the Year? We want to know these people because y'all better have good reasons to pick who y'all pick because Angel Reese has a case. Caitlin Clark has a case. I'm not saying you're going to pick the wrong person. I'm pretty sure people like me, Dre, Drew, and Victor, we understand you can go either way, but we want to know the reasons why you picked them. If you picked Angel Reese, why did you pick Angel Reese to be Rookie of the Year? If you picked Caitlin Clark, why did you pick Caitlin Clark to be Rookie of the Year? Okay. I want to know the reason when they announce this at the end of the year, because the way this is going to be close all the way. And they still got one more meeting between each other. August 30th in Chicago, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese one more time in the regular season. That game is looking more and more bigger as we get closer to August. But yeah, if the season started today, if the season ended today, Obviously, Chicago, we be playing my New York Liberty. And if I'm being completely honest, I don't feel comfortable about that matchup because they gave us our first loss of the season. And they almost did it again when we beat them the second time. And we got them coming up this week, and which I'm going to get into at the end of the show. If the Indiana Fever will be facing the Connecticut Sun, which I don't like that matchup for Indiana because I don't think they can hang with Connecticut. What Dejanay Carrington did to Caitlin Clark in her first meeting with her, and then the second meeting is I don't think Indiana has the firepower or the tenacity to hang with Connecticut. Connecticut is just too physical for them. If Indiana was to upset Connecticut, that means they became the more aggressive team, which is still possible for them to do. They still got another half of the season to go. I mean, we're 20 games in. We're halfway through the season. But, man, this Rookie of the Year race is a fun one to watch, all right? That's all I got to say on that one. We're going to close that one out on that note. And when we come back, get you ready for the week that's ahead. And we got some USA Olympics to talk about as well. We'll be back.
I love you morons. New Kids on the Block, New Edition.
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kermit the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts.
WWE Shop is your online source for all things WWE. Be a part of the excitement and score wrestling gear for big events like WrestleMania or SummerSlam. From current superstars to legends, from Raw to SmackDown to NXT. Don't miss this chance to shop for the most awesome WWE merch. Shop for the best deals as well as WWE gift cards and save big on your favorite items. WWE Shop at Fanatics Experience.
Cool McCain.
You thought you wanted Gunther against Chad Gable, but you didn't. And I'm going to tell you why. Chad Gable would take everything that Gunther's done and bury it.
The Playmaker.
It was on site. AJ Styles walked out there seeing LA like, oh, okay, then LA Knight hopped out the car, let's go.
Break down everything in TNA, AEW, and all of the WWE programming. Join these two kings, monarchs of wrestling, live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central on the Play Caller Sports Talk YouTube channel. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Shooting the Lights Out. Before I get you ready for the week ahead, couple of news that came up to me. First of all, Anthony Edwards in an interview post the first practice of Team USA is quoted saying he's the number one option. I love the moxie. I actually love the moxie of Anthony Edwards. But if we're being completely honest, should you be? Probably. But you're on the team with LeBron James and Steph Curry. I'm pretty sure you're not the number one option. You might not even be the number two option with them two on the team. And if Kevin Durant is ready to go, you might not even be the third option with them three on the team. Just saying. But I love Anthony Edwards' option, okay? I love his moxie. I really do. But Anthony Edwards, truthfully speaking, you're not the number one option with LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant part of that team. They're just not happening, okay? And other news, let's go to the college world. Dan Hurley got a 6-year, $50 deal from the University of Connecticut to be the head coach of the Connecticut Huskies for the next 6 years. He's coming off back-to-back champions. Made a big splash when his name came up for the Lakers job. Turned it down, says, no, I'm going back to Connecticut. Now he gets a 6-year, $50 deal to stay at Connecticut, which is good for him. And those of you who are living in Jacksonville, Florida, stay safe as we are getting a thunderstorm out here. So if you ever hear anything, that's the thunder coming through. Now, as we get ready to wrap up here, let's get you ready for the week. No games tonight. No games tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So check me out later on today in about 2.5 hours, 6:30 p.m. on the Will Play Callers YouTube channel, which you saw the commercial for Monarchs of Wrestling. Me and Kuma King will get you ready. Recap Money in the Bank weekend up in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. AEW news, TNA stuff, and I'm gonna fit in, the WrestleMania documentary that came out. Very interesting to see how this past WrestleMania weekend got a backstage look at how it all took place. So I'm going to fit that in there tonight as well. But yeah, 6:30 p.m. on YouTube, Real Play Callers YouTube channel. So go ahead and get ready for that. But no games tonight. Tomorrow, we got one game. The Minnesota Lynx are in the City of Angels. They take on the LA Sparks at 10 p.m. I like Minnesota to handle business in this game. We continue to monitor the status of LaFisha College. She's day to day, but I'm pretty sure she probably won't play in this game. She's probably going to sit out for quite a while. And then we're going to evaluate when she get closer to the Olympics to see if she's ready to go, because I'm pretty sure she does not want to miss the Olympics. And something about putting that country in the front of your chest that every athlete wants to do. She has a chance to be a first-time Olympian, like Giannis is for Greece. And I'm pretty sure she wants that opportunity, and she probably going to do everything she can to make sure she's ready for the Olympics. Not to desert her team, but we're talking every 4 years about the Olympics. So this is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity here. But I do like the Lynx to keep it rolling, get the 16-6 on the season. We'll see, because the Sparks, they are playing some good ball. They keep fighting. I like the fight that's in the LA Sparks. That's tomorrow. Wednesday. We got 5 games Wednesday. And first, let me give you the games. New York Liberty at the Connecticut Suns at 11 a.m. Atlanta Dream at the Chicago Sky at 12 p.m. The Washington Mystics at the Indiana Fever at 12 p.m. Las Vegas Aces taking on the Seattle Storm at 3 p.m. And then cap it off with the Dallas Wings at the Phoenix Mercury at 3:30 p.m. Okay, give me a minute here, because this is where I have to talk to the WNBA. And if Victor, Dre, and Drew are still listening, tell me how y'all feel what I'm about to say. But WNBA. First off, let's look at the first game that you got on the list. You have the number 1 and the number 2 team in the WNBA playing at 11 a.m. on a Wednesday. Why? Why is it at 11? There's something you got the number 1 team and the number 2 team playing each other. That's a money game right there. But you got them at 11 a.m. And by the way, only out of these 5 games, only 1 game is on the national televised. Only 1. And it's not really national televised because it's on NBA TV. The top 2 teams in the WNBA are playing at 11 o'clock. Okay. Scratch that. People are watching because of the rookies, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Okay, let's go there. The Atlanta Dream are in Chicago to take on the Sky. That's at 12 p.m. 12. And it's not on that. It's not nationally televised. 12 p.m. on a Wednesday. Matter of fact, let's go to Caitlin Clark. See, they hosting a Washington Wizards at the same time at 12 noon, and that's on NBA TV. So this is you're getting the eyeballs, right? You got this influxation of fans watching the WNBA, mainly because of Caitlin Clark, a little bit because of injuries, and then they got to see, the WNBA got a lot of good players here. New York Knicks is a hell of a team. Connecticut Suns is a hell of a team. Wednesday's a work day, right? So why we got games? Nope. Earlier than 3 o'clock. 11 a.m. Who's going to be watching? Who's going to be watching WNBA at 11 o'clock on a Wednesday? You could have did that on the 4th of July. You would have had most people was off. I wasn't off on the 4th of July, but most people were off on the 4th of July. You could have did it then. You do it on a regular weekday, on a Wednesday. Who's going to be watching? Who's going to be watching if Angel Reese continued to double streak to 14 when they play the Dream because it's at 12? Who's going to be watching Caitlin Clark? Who is the main reason why most people are watching the WNBA? And you got her game at 12, even though they're playing the Washington Mystics. But her game's at 12. What the hell? The last 2 games are probably legit times to have people watch the WNBA. You got the Las Vegas Aces taking on the Seattle Storm and the Dallas Wings taking on the Phoenix Mercury. But neither of those games are nationally televised. Get this together next year, okay? Get this right, because your first 3 games all have people want to watch. 11 a.m. with the New York Liberty, and your top 2 teams are playing at 11 a.m. What sense does that make? And then the 2 polarizing players in the WNBA right now, and Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, they playing at 12. People would be lucky enough to get an hour into that game because that's usually around lunchtime. And most lunches only take an hour, if not 30 minutes. So next year we need to figure some stuff out, because that's not good marketing. Okay. Yes, I'm using the word marketing on this one because this is not good marketing by the WNBA. This is really not. Yeah, and thank you, Israel. The Seattle Storm game is 12 p.m. in on the West Coast, which they will be playing at. Y'all got to work on y'all marketing strategies here, because y'all, when you see this lineup, you looking like, I got some games to watch. No, you don't. Hell, you're gonna be at work for damn near all of them. If you're on the East Coast, you'll be enough to catch the Las Vegas Aces game if you find a way to catch that one, because ain't none of them on TV. The only one that's on actual TV is the Mystics and the Fever. That's on NBA TV, and that's at 12. 12. Y'all got to work this out. Y'all got to figure this out next season, because y'all lost money on this. I'm just gonna tell you that. Y'all lost money because y'all have all these games right here, and all of them doing the goddamn day. You won't have not one primetime game. If anything, you could have had the Liberty and the Suns at 12 at your primetime slot, because guess what? That's the number 1, number 2 seed in the WNBA right now. If you wanted to, hey, Caitlin Clark, you coming off the first ever triple-double, let's put you in primetime. Let's see, can you do it again against a much lesser team in Washington? Or maybe that'd be the game you finally go for 30, which is the other thing that people are waiting on for Caitlin Clark to do, to drop 30 in the WNBA game. Hell, Natasha Cloud just did it Sunday. The first time Caitlin Clark dropped 30 in a game, people are going to lose their mind, because now she's getting in the scoring range now. They the most Caitlin Clark scored maybe 22, I think. I got to go back and check, but I think the most she scored in the WNBA game thus far is 22. When she gets to that first 30, Oh boy. Don't let it be in Indiana either. If she goes for 30 in Indiana, oh, that's crazy. But when she goes for her first 30-point game, oh, it's gonna be talked about. Best believe it's gonna be talked about. Angel Reese, she just broke the record for double doubles consecutive. Now you got the Atlanta Dream coming in. She might get 14. And people can't say it because it's at 12. Just she scored 30 twice. So you saying she scored 30 twice? She scored 30 twice. Dang, we ain't even talked about that then. I gotta go back and check that. That one, they ain't making a lot of headlines when she did that then. I gotta go back and look at that because if she went for 30, that should have been talked about a lot because that's what most people were waiting on her to do. Outside of her getting a triple double, which she finally did against my New York Liberty. But yeah, I'm gonna take that L and hopefully not open my mouth again and put that on my team because as soon as I said that, we happen to be the next team on the schedule. But I got to go back and see because she scored 30. We sure didn't talk about her a lot, and we should because that's what people are looking for. They're looking for her to go in the 30-point range and average triple doubles. That's what people are looking for from Katie Carter to do. And I already said what I said about injury. So WNBA, y'all get it together, please. But that's Wednesday. Let me hurry and go on so I can get out of here. Thursday, speaking of the sky and my New York Liberty, guess what? We'll meet again. Oh, great. That's on Thursday. That's on Prime Video and it's at prime time, 7:00. Now, you telling me you could put the Chicago Sky against the New York Liberty in prime time, but you couldn't put none of these 3 games right here, none of these top 3 games here in prime time. Top 2 seeds going at it. Angel Reese trying to continue the double-double streak. Kate McCart coming off the first ever triple-double by Ricky. None of those going to be in prime time. But we can put the Chicago Sky and New York Liberty in prime time. Oh, that's great. And I don't even like the fact that ESPN got us at 83.5 favorite when Chicago already beat us once. And they damn near did it again in Chicago. So hopefully we can bounce back. And plus, we both going off a back-to-back. We going to Connecticut to play on a Wednesday, and then we got to go home and play Chicago on a Thursday. If we can go 2-0 in this stretch, I would be very, very happy. I'm just going to say that. Because the last time we went through this, we had to play Connecticut. Then we had to go home to play Washington, and I was afraid Washington was going to catch us, which they almost did. We wanted to beat them by I think we beat Washington by 5 points. I was very nervous of that game. That's why I'm going to feel about this one. When we play Connecticut on Wednesday, no matter if we win that game like we did the last time, I'm going to be nervous as hell when we play Chicago. Even though Chicago is also coming off a back-to-back because they play in Atlanta. And they're going to be at home. They got to fly to New York. Boy, back-to-backs, man. Hate them things. All right. But that's all for the WNBA. I'm not done. Because Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, Wednesday, the men's get ready for Paris. It begins Wednesday. They started practice today. They have their first exhibition game Wednesday against Canada. And I do believe Canada has a squad. It's headed by Shield Gillis-Alexander and Jamal Murray. So this is the first opportunity for us to watch Team USA in action. It is at 3:30 p.m. on FS1. We will see how LeBron James leads Team USA in their preparations for the Olympics. Depending on how my schedule works out, if I'm able to watch this game, I will be able to watch this game. And I will be here on Friday, recapping this game because I got to make sure we're ready for the Olympics. We assembled Team Avengers. Yes, and that's the name that me and Cole Johnson has called the USA men's basketball team, Team Avengers, because what happened in the FIBA World Cup last summer, led by Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, and company. When that happened, Team Avengers assembled, and it started with LeBron James. LeBron James saw what happened, and he was the first one to go to X to tweet something out, and we already knew what was coming down the pipe. So LeBron James, Steph Curry, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, Drew Holiday, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant to a lesser degree right now because he's dealing with a calf injury, a calf soreness, should I say. Kawhi Leonard, head coached by Steve Kerr with Tyronn Lue and Eric Spoelstra as his assistants. This is the first that we get to see. I think they got like 5 exhibition games, 5 or 4 exhibition games. Matter of fact, I got the schedule right here for you. Wednesday, FS1 in Las Vegas, 10:30 p.m. against Canada. Then next Monday, 12 p.m. in Abu Dhabi on FS1, Australia. And then the 17th is the one you need to circle. Circle July 17th. Serbia. Because Serbia is in our group. I believe Serbia, South Sudan, and Puerto Rico are in our group. So the 17th and the 20th are very important because Serbia and South Sudan are in our group when we get to the Olympics. So we'll be seeing them in group play for the Olympics. And then you throw Puerto Rico in there. That's the 13th. And the Serbia game is at 12 p.m. on FS1. The July 20th game against South Sudan is at 3 p.m. out in London. That's on Fox. And then the final exhibition game of the showcase, again, ready for Paris, July 22nd versus Germany, 3 p.m. on Fox, also in London. So, Team Avengers has assembled. You want the 5th gold medal? It starts with these exhibition games, showing that you're ready, showing that you figured it out, showing that you had the cohesiveness to go out here and defend, which you have done 4 times already, and that's gold. All right? So, just know, Friday, I will recap what took place out in Vegas on Wednesday. And then next Monday, I will preview the Australia game and see what happens then. Because it's coming. That time has arrived and it's go time now. It's time to repeat gold. I will get to the ladies when we get to All-Star Weekend for the ladies because it is Team WNBA versus Team USA. When that time comes, I'll get with the ladies, all right? But it's the men I'm worried about because the men are the ones who find a way to lose games. Even the national men's soccer team, as they got ousted in a couple of America before the knockout stage. So yes, the men have a lot to prove in Paris, starting with the NBA, starting with the men's national basketball team. So that's my time right there. Israel said on May 28th, she dropped 30 on LA and then 30 on Washington. Well, that's probably the reason why people didn't talk about it as much. It was against LA and Washington, which is a shame, but hey, maybe when she get that 30-point triple-double, people will go crazy. Maybe that's what they're waiting on, the 30-point triple-double, put them together. They're saying. And yes, you're right. Canada is good. Canada has a hell of a squad. Matter of fact, Canada beat us for the bronze medal in FIBA. So this should be a fun Olympics when it comes to the men's basketball team. We shall see. But until then, I will see y'all on Friday. Enjoy the week that's ahead. We got WNBA action beginning tomorrow. We have USA men's team taking the court for the first time as they prepare for Paris. And I'm going to recap all of it on Friday. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button on YouTube, on the YouTube channel. So when Friday's episode comes out, you can be the first ones to watch. Thank y'all for watching on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on X, and of course, YouTube. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, the Playmaker signing out. I'll see y'all Friday.
You've done great, but you can't stop here. You can't stop now. You gotta keep going. Through all your trials and your tribulations, you gotta keep pushing. Now, finish your canvas.
Yeah, gotta get it out the mud, that's the only way to win. Who am I to point the finger like I never ever seen? Been through the ups and downs like the letter N. They don't let you through the door, better kick that again. Cause that's the only way to win. That's the only way to go. Gotta get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the flow. Cause that's the only way to go. Let's go.
Thank you for for tuning in to today's episode. If you want to follow the podcast, you can follow it on all streaming platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and a whole lot more. This has been Shooting Lights Out.